Hi guys, Patrick from Wrestling Nerds and welcome to the Wrestling Nerds show, episode 2. Should we call it episode 2? We still don't know if we're going for that name. But generally, if you've not seen the first episode, this should now be in a playlist. So you'll be able to go back and watch what I did the other week, and you'll be able to go and watch any other video in the future. It will all be available. And this time, it's been a long and hard video to think about how I wanted to present this, but I've decided to give my opinion on TikTok content creators to do with wrestling. And it's been a lot of thought about what I want to say and a lot of thought about what I was going to say. And I think it's time to give my opinion. If you followed me or like kind of you follow my content for a while, you've seen me do this video and you thought, hey, actually this guy's got a kind of alright opinion. I am on TikTok. I don't use it enough. It is a good platform to use and be able to post content, but there's a reason why I don't post on TikTok, and it is to do with wrestling content creators. Firstly, I do want to say there's content creators on TikTok that I do generally like. They know who they are. If you do stumble across this video and then you go on TikTok and you find my page and I'm following you, or you're not blocked, it means I like you. So don't worry. If I don't like you, you are blocked. Or, yeah, you pretty much blocked. I generally just do that with any content creators I don't like. I just block them. I don't want to see you on my page, even if people are sharing you. So you're wondering, Patrick, why are you taking on these TikTok content creators that are sat there making content? You know, they're earning a living. They annoy me. And it's basically, I have a tier of content creators. So I have content creators that do it for the love. So my mate Gav, for example, he does it for the love. He doesn't do it for the likes. He doesn't do it for the views. He generally does it because he's interested in making content. And that's the prime example. There's Gav, no, there's Emma. It's on TikTok. She's getting into wrestling and she's learning every aspect of it. People are recommending the matches. She's going out there. She's watching the matches. She's learning. She's going to shows. Is it Sophie as well? It's on TikTok. These are the ones I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Australia as well. These are content creators that I like, and the general reason is because there's a love for it. And the content creators I don't like are the content creators. 1 week is slagging TKO off, and Gavin knew what I'm on about with this because I spoke about it to him in a conversation, and it pissed me off because there was this person, it was on TikTok, and for weeks up until he bought a ticket to the Nottingham show, he was slagging off Nottingham, ticket prices for TK. Oh, they're a fucking rip off, the fucking this, the that, the this, the that. And then he buys his ticket and then goes, oh my god, I've just done this and I've got my ticket and this is the greatest thing ever. And then kisses WWE's ass all the way up to the show, tagging him, doing that, and then goes to do the show and then spends another 200, 300 quid on merchandise while complaining at the same time 2 weeks before or whatever it was, complaining, oh, they're ripping people off. But then you go to the show and then spend probably, I think the seat you saw, the video that I did see you do, you ended up sitting like an aisle seat on the fucking ramp, which is, when I looked, was about 300 quid. And then you go and spend 200 quid on merchandise, but then you're whinging, people can't afford it. I'm one of these people that I openly admit in my videos is that I only do things I can afford. I will not put myself out of pocket to go to an event. Or the thing is like this, I'm very fortunate enough to say, I've said it in videos, I'm very fortunate enough to be able to plan around and be able to get tickets to the events that I go to. Does it piss me off when I went to WWE? Yes. And I've openly admitted that, but I'm the idiot for buying the price. But I'm not going to sit and make content on TikTok for 2 weeks straight, slagging the company off, and then change my mind and then go and spend 500-600 quid at a show. It annoys me. Also, what annoys me is the content creators that sit after Raw. So you'll probably go on TikTok now because it's the day after Monday Night Raw, and they'll be sitting watching Monday Night Raw. Do you know what's going to happen? Right? And all they do is they'll look at the corner of the screen, watch a bit. Oh my god, Brock Lesnar clip will be the prime example. Right? They will try and get that so people will react, and then that'll be the clip they reuse. So they'll take it from the live and reuse it. and then reuse it to generate views, to generate money. The live streams, I kind of get it. I get it. Some people don't want to watch the content, and you generally want to talk to people, and it's kind of cool if you're probably watching a show and you've got your phone at the side of you and your thingy. But why are you watching someone watch a show? Like, a lot of them don't actually use the footage on TikTok when they're live, or when they're doing it on Twitch or stream or whatever people use, because it generally does not interest. If I did it, I don't think I could do it. I'd be the most boring person, because I'd generally just be watching it. And I won't even be giving my opinion. The general thing is, I get that as a choice and people enjoy it, but why are you faking it? Like, why are you sat there and be like, you know what's going to happen if you're watching Raw 12, 15 hours after the show. You know, you don't sit on social media, because the simple fact is, if you're on TikTok, the simple fact is you're going to see it, because that's what TikTok recommends you, because that's all you're going to be talking about. TikTok knows what you're doing, so you know what's going to happen, but then you sit there and fake a reaction to try and generate money. I'm going into money. That's another thing that rarely gets to me. The ones that sit there and then cry because TikTok creates a content creator fund. And they're sitting there, and there was someone, there's another person that I've generally had to stop following and blocked, and their content is shit anyway, and they're basically, they just talk about WWE. Fair enough, I get that, it's cool, I enjoy WWE sometimes, but they wasn't posting enough, and the creative fund changed, and then they were sat making videos crying that this was their job and they were not going to be making any money now, and they were basically begging people to support him and follow him. And then they were sat on live crying. I kept scrolling through and seeing them on live, and they're like, I can't afford it. Like, why do people do that? Like, the simple fact is, if I ever out down are making money, and I'm gonna say it, it's never gonna happen. It's another thing. The way I am with social media is that I am very set back with it. It's a hobby. That's all it is. It's led me some interesting places. It's taken me all over. Like, from what I do with it, I've had the honour to take you guys. It's been like I've taken you guys along with me for the journey, because I enjoy doing that in my spare time. I wouldn't give my job up tomorrow, which some people I can see on TikTok doing that, and probably have done that. Oh, I'm making a bit of money on TikTok, I get my job up. And then they're crying because they're not making money because the content's shit. Or people are realising that they're shit and thinking, well, why am I watching you? You're boring, you repeat the same shit, and a lot of them do. They slag WWE off. 2 days later, they're praising WWE. Oh, slag WWE off. Oh, what's the end thing to do? Let's not like Brock Lesnar this week. Oh, we don't like Brock Lesnar. He comes back Monday Night Raw, everyone's cheering. Everyone on TikTok's like, Brock Lesnar's back, yeah. And that's why I get annoyed. And it's kind of like, with the opinions, I'm going to say it again. You've got the ones that love it. You've got the ones that are doing it for the fame. Because there's someone else I could go on about. And there's someone on TikTok, and I generally don't think they're a wrestling fan, and I think they're using that exploit to... The thing is, like this, you might start seeing it. If you've watched this far, you might start seeing it. And I saw this person at AEW in Manchester, and they spent half the show walking up and down the aisles filming TikToks. I'm not going to name who it is, but I saw one TikToker, they've got a decent following, and I watched them at a show. God's honest truth, every time I looked down at the floor, they was walking up and down, getting told off by security for walking up and down, and they were filming TikToks. So there's people like that, and I generally don't think they're actual wrestling fans. I generally think they're into the market of basically trying to get followers to then try and expand to do the other social media, because the wrestling content it's not an easy... It's kind of like, if you do it right, it's an easy market if you wanted to do it right. Yeah, it's kind of like, I've kind of always said this in my head as well to myself, is, you know, for example, at AEW weekend, if we were to hire a venue, right, and basically got everyone on stage TikTok creators, YouTube creators, and you sat down and you did a Q&A with every person in that building and said, right, I've been a wrestling fan since this. What's your thoughts on that? Right? And you went around everyone. I guarantee some of them will be like, I've only been watching wrestling for 2 years. I've only been watching wrestling for a year. Oh, actually, there's not many people I genuinely think on TikTok that have watched wrestling, like, for example, for as long as me. And I think that's what grates my gears, because they sit there and give you your opinion. It's not that I disagree with what they're saying, but they kind of like, they go to the dirt sheets as well. And they read into the dirt sheets and they use that to break stories. And 9 times out of 10, me knowing how the business is, the dirt sheets are full of shit. And these people run with that story, and then 2 days later, they'll completely change the tone and say, well, I genuinely didn't think that. You'll start seeing it, but I've gone on for like 10 minutes of ranting. But my question is like, do you guys think TikTok is good for the business? Do you think content creators are good for the business? Like, do you think people are exploiting it? I think actually that would be my go away question was, do you generally think there's people that exploit it? Like I said, there was that one TikTok I saw, it goes up and down filming herself, it shows. That's also it shows. And yeah, it really grates my gear, and I generally think it's a good discussion point, and I generally think if this video needs a follow-up, I would do a follow-up. If you guys have any questions, comment below. But it's kind of like, I'm not saying it's TikTok killing it, because I generally think there is content creators on TikTok that generally love doing what they're doing. Like I said, Gav, he does it for passion. Then you've got, I'll say Emma, Sophie does it for the love of wrestling. You know, Strelly, there's people on it that do it for the love, but I generally think there's people that are slipping through and they wouldn't be bothered if something went wrong. You know, WWE stopped or AEW stopped. They'll try and find the next thing to go on social media and create content. You know, the ones that sit and fake reaction watching fucking Raw live 12 hours after the show's aired. There's no way you've not seen spoilers. I generally, so my rant isn't towards the people that love it. I generally do love it. My rant is towards the people that are exploiting it and using it for financial gain. And the simple fact is that they sit crying at the end. You know, they sit crying, oh, the content creator fund. You know, they're the people that really piss me off. I block them, and I just generally wanted your guys' opinions, and I've wasted 12 minutes of your time, so I'm going to leave this at that, and let me know if you guys have opinions, because that's what this is about, discussions. I might generally drop a clip of this on TikTok, and see what that takes us, but yeah, if you guys have enjoyed it, like, subscribe, comment, and yeah, this will probably get a part 2 if you guys respond back to it, and thingy. I know Gav's definitely going to do it, but yeah, I've been Patrick, this has been Wrestling Nerds, and I'll catch you all in a bit.